I'm Jeff Hogan, 10 TV Eyewitness Sports and Wall-to-Wall Sports. You're watching WGLH TV.
Gahanna Lincoln held its annual fall homecoming to kick off October to a great start. Hi, I'm Leah Crosby.
I'm Chris Downing.
And I'm Sarah Davis with sports, and welcome to this week's edition of WGLH TV.
I can't believe I'm a senior and we've already just celebrated fall homecoming.
Homecoming is a big event at the high school every year, especially for seniors.
There are a number of events which make this time so memorable. Over the week, we participated in the homecoming parade, which was held on Friday.
Students show their spirit throughout the week by dressing up for Spirit Days during school hours.
All the week's events helps build up the school's enthusiasm in preparation for the homecoming football game against Pickerington North.
Many organizations have a part in homecoming, like the National Honor Society, band, cheerleaders, and especially the Student Council, who plan the entire week's activities.
A number of student organizations help record this week's activities, including newspaper, yearbook, and the TV staff.
The week started off with a pep assembly, which Chris attended. Let's watch.
The pep rally at Gahanna is an event that students are excited for every year. Several student groups have an opportunity to showcase their talent at the pep rally every year. This year's pep rally performers included the marching band, our cheerleaders, and the Lionettes, our school's dance team. Student Council works hard every year to make sure the event goes on as planned. I had a chance to talk with the event coordinator, who doubled as an MC, about the time-consuming preparation that went into this year's event.
I'm Blake Swanson. I was a committee chair and an MC for this year's pep rally for Student Council. There's a lot of preparation that went into the pep rally beforehand. We had to figure out where people were going to sit, and then contact like team captains, because we had them come down and play a little game of tug-of-war. And then for the day of the thing, Scott Eisen and myself were the two MCs, and we had to get our script together, figure out what our introduction is. We had music. We came in doing a little like dance thing, and so we had to figure out, make sure our music worked with Mr. Singer, get all that together, and then also what order we were going to go in, and how we were going to introduce all the different groups, and just kind of get everybody excited about the homecoming week.
Student Council also makes time so classmates can recognize this year's homecoming court. Also, captains had the opportunity to talk to students about coming out to support their teams and how their season has gone thus far. Spirit Week is a big event at Gahanna every year. The pep rally caps off a successful week and gets students pumped up for both the dance and the homecoming football game. For WGLH TV, this has been Chris Downing.
The pep assembly was great, but students also had the opportunity to support their sports teams and the school by attending the fall homecoming parade.
Not only did the cheerleaders, fall athletes, and band participate, but so did DECA, the cooks, bus drivers, and many others. Sarah Davis gives us a peek at what took place.
The homecoming parade was held on Friday, October 3rd, and helped end the school's Spirit Week. The parade started at Kroger's and ended at the stadium. Groups involved in the parade included band, cheerleaders, football team, girls soccer, tennis, student council, and the homecoming court. The seniors on court included Jessica Pilarczyk and Chase Beckman, Jared Liston and Chelsea Tobin, Joe Wills and Devin Dittmar, Ian Taylor and Julia Trapp, Garrett Kamela and Jenna Isringhausen. I talked with Katie Choker, a member of Student Council, on how the parade was different this year.
This year, the homecoming parade was on Friday, which was a little bit different than normal. Most of the time we have had our homecoming parades Monday night after school. We tried it different this year because we wanted to tie in more with the football game and then along with the homecoming dance. This year was also different because we invited clubs to be involved, not just sports. There was a variety of different clubs as well as sports, which helped with the participation in the event. We had all the students come outside and cheer on all the clubs and sports. There was a lot of participation and the kids were very excited about it.
The homecoming parade is an annual tradition and will keep students spirited for the years to come. This has been Sarah Davis reporting for WGLH TV.
After the parade, students continue to show their support for the school by dressing up in School Spirit Days. Catherine Emhoff gives us a peek at this year's School Spirit Week.
Spirit Week is a tradition here at the high school the week of homecoming. Junior Morgan Roach explained to me Student Council's role in the themed week.
Part of Student Council is that we have the Spirit Week, and I'm part of the committee for Spirit Week, and we already had some ideas in mind of what to do, but today obviously is Wacky Wednesday, and we just came up with a few ideas.
This year's themes were Jersey Day on Monday, Tie-Dye Day on Tuesday, Wacky Wednesday, Class Color Thursday, and Blue and Gold Day on Friday. These themes are put in place to get everyone excited for the big homecoming game and dance. Jersey Day was extremely popular, as students got to show off their team colors at the same time as supporting Gahanna for homecoming. Tie-Dye Day was also a very popular theme among students, especially since tie-dye is currently in fashion. Wacky Wednesday is always a success, allowing many people to show off their wild side.
I like dressing up for Spirit Week because it's fun, and I like to see what other people wear because everybody just wears anything that follows what we're supposed to wear.
Class Color Day was also popular, and Blue and Gold Day was a great day to unite the school and get everyone excited for the big game later that night. Another tradition is homeroom classes decorate their doors to try to win a prize as well as to get in the homecoming spirit. All these traditions lead up to the big homecoming game on Friday and the dance on Saturday. This has been Catherine Emhoff reporting for WGLH TV.
Even organizations such as National Honor Society participate in homecoming activities. Usually they sell mums, but this year they switched to roses. Kristen Lewis explains this long-standing tradition.
At Lincoln High School, all students have many opportunities to get involved. With clubs, sports, and dozens of elective classes, students have no problem finding ways to help the community through service. One opportunity at Lincoln High School that is only available to seniors is National Honor Society. In order to be a member of NHS, students have to go through an intense application process. I spoke with NHS member Ivana Payne to get more information about the process and responsibilities of NHS members.
When I apply for NHS, the main thing is to have a lot of community service beside the grades, because if they give you a packet, everyone has at least a 3.5. And then after you get in, you continue with community service. Yesterday we did like the suburban college fair, and we just gave them water, see if they needed anything. And we also have an individual service project, and you basically do, like I'm doing a benefit concert for Crohn's, so you just pick something that you feel passionate about, and it's another community service activity.
Currently, NHS members have several projects going on which require them to attend monthly meetings to stay up to date on all of their service projects. I spoke with NHS President Casey Pirano to get the full story on what NHS members are up to.
On Thursday the 30th, we're going trick-or-treating for cans for the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. And last year they raised about 1,000 pounds of food, so we're hoping to beat that this year.
Most recently, NHS has been working with Reese Flower Service to sell boutonnieres and corsages for the homecoming dance. This tradition differed from the past years in which students simply sold mums to other students in the school. I spoke with NHS advisor Paige Alexander about her thoughts on the rose sale and how it turned out.
For the most part, it went successfully. We sold almost 100, and although I would have liked to have sold more, I think we sold more of these corsages, boutonnieres than we would have if we would have stuck like with the old mum tradition or even just the rose flower sale on Friday.
Now that NHS members have finished their rose sale, it is time to move on to trick-or-treating for cans for the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. Reporting for WGLH TV, this has been Kristen Lewis.
The roses sold by National Honor Society members were worn by fans at Friday's football game. Homecoming court was also presented at the game, and the king and queen were crowned. Molly Devaney was on the sidelines and gives us a peek at this year's homecoming court.
Each grade level chooses their own representative for homecoming court. There are 5 senior girls and 5 senior boys chosen. On the night of the homecoming football game, 1 boy and 1 girl will be crowned. Now introducing the 2008 Fall Homecoming Court. Freshmen Annika Nielsen and Kyle Grassman. Sophomores Sarah Devaney and Nick Davis. Juniors CJ Bryant and Kara Rappeljay. Seniors Devin Dittmar and Joe Wills. Seniors Garrett Canella and Jenna Eisringhausen. Seniors Chase Beckman and Jessica Pilarczyk. Seniors Jared Liston and Chelsea Tobin. Seniors Julia Trapp and Ian Taylor. I spoke with sophomore Sarah Devaney about her homecoming court nightmare.
Okay, well, my homecoming court nightmare was walking down the field, and I'm not really good at walking in high heels, so walking down the football field and just like tripping and falling on my face. So it was really hard for me to smile and concentrate at the same time, so I kept looking down at my feet instead of smiling. So every once in a while, like, I wouldn't smile and I just like look down at the ground and kind of like, you know.
I spoke with Julia Trapp, who explained how she felt being one of the senior nominees for Fall Homecoming Court.
It's always a really wonderful opportunity to be recognized by your class for all the hard work that you do and everything that you do for the school and just like your positive attitude and stuff. So
congratulations to the King and Queen, Jenna Eisringhausen and Chase Beckman. This has been Molly Devaney reporting for WGLH TV.
In order to keep the crowd enthusiastic for the entire game, we have the Gahanna Lincoln cheerleaders and Lion mascot.
Although many people do not view cheerleading as a sport, Mike Feist is a cheerleader himself and shows us how much work goes into each and every game.
Football Friday night is a night that most high schoolers look forward to throughout the school year. But who keeps the tradition alive? We will be taking a closer look at our school's most spirited beauties, the cheerleaders. It's not just the football players or the band that keeps the student section screaming out their lungs, but it's also the cheerleaders. While the band's taking a break during the third quarter, the cheer squad is working their hardest to get the crowd pumping. And while the football team has a timeout, the girls are cheering them on. I talked to Jenna Eisringhausen, captain of the cheer squad, and asked her why cheerleading is important.
The good thing about being a cheerleader is that you can stay in shape and also create a bond with the other girls at the same time. You create a sisterhood with each other and really get to know each other. And at games, you create your own jokes, have inside jokes like any other activity, but it's a lot of fun and helps keep you in shape at the same time.
Although it may seem like a lot of fun, the girls put in a lot of hard work and effort to get as perfect as they are.
For cheerleading, we condition starting the last day of school. We have 5-hour practices 5 days a week. We run, we condition, we do push-ups, crunches, we jump, we make up new cheers and dances to get ready for cheerleading camp, and then we start our cheerleading season in the beginning of August to get ready for football season. And then the basketball cheerleaders start conditioning in October to get ready for basketball season. And we do the same things, and we have 3-hour practices for 3 hours during the school year.
The girls at GLHS obviously work their hardest to cheer for the guys, and we appreciate them, because they produce this. I'm Mike Feist reporting for WGLH TV.
We can't forget about the pride of the Lions, the Gahanna Lincoln High School Marching Band. This group has a history of performing well when it comes to state and national competitions. Kirsten Law gives us a peek at this group in action.
Our marching band here at GLHS plays their music in the pep rallies to get the student body excited and ready for big events. They also play for the community while marching in various parades to represent the pride here in Gahanna. They showed this pride Friday in the homecoming parade. On Friday nights, the band marches over the football field to play their pieces for the audience before the game. Also, the band shows off their pieces at halftime of the football games. I talked to Weston Hebert about his experience in the band.
I like playing my instrument because it's kind of something different from a usual school day. You kind of use a different part of your brain, and it's kind of a thrilling experience when you play something that sounds very nice. I don't like marching band as much as concert band, but it's fun. You meet a lot of new people and different people that you wouldn't usually hang around with during a school day. And you just get to learn a lot of new stuff that's fun and cool.
The marching band will continue to practice and play throughout the school year at different events. The band works hard all year to complete their pieces to the best of their abilities. This has been Kirsten Law reporting for WGLH TV.
The marching band has people dancing in the stands every week, especially with AKD. Student Council had people dance in the gym on Saturday night with our fall homecoming dance. Tyler Rainey gives us a look at the hard work and preparation that went into this year's dance, which made it so successful.
The Student Council here at Gahanna Lincoln High School does so much preparation for such a big event. Preparation starts before the actual school year, and it ranges from Spirit Week, the theme of the dance, counting ballots for possible king and queens, to keeping a good budget for the dance, promoting different items, and setting up the dance itself. A member of the Student Council talks to me about preparing for such a big event.
We started planning about 3 months ago, so starting in the summer. A lot of work has been put into this, especially by our committee chair, Julia Trapp. She has come up with the theme idea as well as many decorations. The setup is this Saturday, the Saturday morning, and it goes from 8 in the morning to about 1 o'clock. Sometimes it even goes over. Everything has been running smoothly, and we should have a good dance.
Everything seems to be running smoothly, but they don't just meet after school. They usually meet fourth period, which is also their lunch for this year's homecoming. All students part of the Student Council has their own part of contributing. They will be coming in at different times on the day of the dance, 8 to 11, 9 to 12, 10 to 1, and 11 to 2. But most students will be there for the entire time. I spoke with Jessica Pilarczyk on her preparations.
Homecoming committee, and my job basically was to create the decorations and pick out the decorations for the dance. I ordered like the checkered flooring. We hired a balloon lady. We even painted some murals to hang on the trophy cases. Also, to prepare for homecoming, we ordered like the food in the cafeteria, like the Oreos and the pretzels. We also hired the DJ. We hired Buckeye Sounds, which went over really well with the students.
Student Council has worked very hard for the preparation of our homecoming for 2,000 plus students. This has been Tyler Rennie reporting for WGLH TV.
Student Council members know what it's like to work hard to make their dreams become a reality, and the same can be said for students in the 3D Art Concepts class. Brad Tarbutton has more about this subject.
Dozens of classes are offered here at GLHS for students looking to show off their unique ability in the arts. Of all of these classes, however, none are as popular as Mrs. Scott's 3D Concepts class. Located in B106, many students pass by the class without even knowing what they're missing. The class is taught by Margaret Scott, a seasoned veteran in the art of pottery and the only teacher the class has ever had. She spends most of her time giving students demonstrations and helping them throw, trim, and glaze a beautiful assortment of pots. I spoke with Mrs. Scott about why she enjoys teaching the class so much and all the things that she does to bring out many students' artistic ability.
Basically, in 3D ceramics, we learned how to make pottery throwing on a wheel. We learned how to do hand-built, hand-built objects also. Every year I try to do something different. This year we're doing slip glazing on our slip trail glazing on our pots. So that's what we're doing right here. We're taking some chemicals and mixing them together, and it's kind of exciting. I think that's one thing that keeps me invigorated, is to always do something new, and the joy I get working with the students.
It is obvious that Mrs. Scott is a major reason for many students' success in 3D concepts. Students who make something that Mrs. Scott deems as terrific get to put their piece up for display in the art case. I spoke with one of these pros of pottery about why she took 3D ceramics and what she's doing in the class.
I'm Cassidy Miner, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm taking 3D concepts as an art class. And right now I'm wedging clay, and then I'm going to get on a wheel and make a pot.
Mrs. Scott's 3D ceramics class will continue to help students turn this from a lump of clay into a beautiful pot. Reporting for WGLH TV, this has been Brad Tarbutton.
An individual who's no stranger to hard work is Annika Nielsen. Brett Hollenbeck introduces us to Annika, who's this week's Student Spotlight.
Many new incoming freshmen at GLHS, it is hard to stand above the crowd and get involved. To help students get involved, there are a variety of clubs, sports, and activities available at the high school. One of these freshmen that finds it hard not to stand above the crowd is freshman Annika Nielsen.
I'm Annika Nielsen. I'm a freshman here at GLHS. At school, I'm involved in Renaissance, Student Council, choir, and the girls' soccer team, but those things do not define me. I'm a very fun person. I like to just relax with my family and friends, and all of my relationships are important to me. Plus, I like to just go to the movies and hang out at home.
Besides being involved in many clubs, Annika earned her spot on varsity girls soccer and also is in all honors classes with all A's. We now know that Annika works extremely hard to keep her A's in the classroom, but what about on the soccer field?
Well, Annika being a freshman, she's worked very hard to make the varsity soccer team. She brings great work ethic to the team. She works extremely hard on the field, and she is a high-energy player that plays very aggressively. So in the center of the field, being a center mid, she wins a lot of balls, and then she distributes very well.
Even though it may seem that Annika has a lot on her plate, her peers voted her female freshman homecoming representative for this past homecoming. Even though a lot of the activities that Annika is involved in require lots of time and energy, she wouldn't have it any other way. The school Annika and the Annika that stays at home are one and the same. She is possibly the most outgoing student to ever walk through Gahanna Lincoln's hallways. Even though she is a few years ahead of her, Annika hopes to one day lead her girls' soccer team to an OCC championship. Sports and activities. We hope to see a lot from Annika in the future years. This has been Brett Hollenbach reporting for WGLH TV.
Annika is involved in so many activities that she must really do a balancing act.
Some other students here at the high school that must do a balancing act are our fall athletes.
Speaking of athletes, do you have a sports report for us, Sarah?
I sure do. First, Nick Snow takes us out to the football field to see the team in action.
This year in the annual homecoming game, Gahanna took on Pickerington North. Both teams entered the game with identical 2-1 OCC records, which created an exciting atmosphere for a high school football game. I talked to the seniors Ryan Larimer and Cord McAllister on their thoughts about the homecoming game and the matchup with Pickerington North.
Well, this week everybody's a little more excited. It's a big game. Everybody wants to win it, especially the seniors, because it's their last homecoming. And I mean, the alumni will be here, so it changes the atmosphere a lot. It's a great place to play in, and you just want to go out there and get a win and then be excited on Saturday for the dance, and you don't want to go to the dance on a loss.
I think we're going to do well against Pickerington North tonight. We've been practicing really hard. The team seems prepared. Everybody's in the right mindset. Defense matches up really well with their offense. They've got a couple playmakers, but defense been getting better and better every game. And offense also has been getting better.
In the first half, the Lions offense was able to move the ball and score some points. However, 4 scores by the Panthers had the Lions trailing 28-14 at the half. In the third, this touchdown run by Cord McAllister narrowed the Panthers' lead to 28-21 over the Lions. After this interception of a Panther pass by Ryan Ballinger and the Lions defense playing well, the Gahanna faithful knew a comeback was bound to happen. Early in the fourth quarter, reserve quarterback Tanner Zwelling stepped into the game and threw an 85-yard touchdown pass to number 7 Ryan Ballinger. This score tied the game at 28. After that score by the Lions, neither team would score a touchdown the remainder of the contest, and both teams entered overtime tied at 28. In overtime, kicker Adam Jaw's 31-yard field goal split the uprights and gave the Lions a 31-28 lead. This interception by Jeff Stone allowed the Lions to come out with a 31-28 victory over Pickerington North during the homecoming game.
The girls golf team has been making progress this year, and Ariel Gary has some highlights.
Girls golf is a sport here at GLHS that is on the rise in both participation and statistics. I talked to junior Jade Overstreet about their success during the season, during sectionals, and during districts.
We scored the best 18-hole score for the school, and we had a personal record set by Melinda Hunkler, and she scored the best 9-hole round for a personal individual. And we became second. We got second in most OCCs this year, and third in sectionals, and we placed 7th in districts. And our team improved a lot. We got real good scores through all our OCCs, and we had a winning record.
Statistically, the girls did exceptionally well with their freshman Sierra Everson leading the group with the lowest scores. Remember that low scores are a good thing in golf. Because of the high stress levels during sectionals, Coach McKirk makes sure that she talks to her girls, encouraging them and lightening their spirits. Though not scoring their personal best, the team managed to survive sectionals, coming in 3rd place, and make it all the way to districts, coming in 7th place. Captain Melinda Hunkler talked about her responsibilities for leading the girls during the season, sectionals, and districts.
My responsibilities as captain are just calling people and making sure they know when practice is, and also like keeping their spirits up. If they normally have a bad game, I just go and talk to them and try to make them happy and smile.
Captain Melinda Hunkler truly did lead by example by scoring a personal best of 36 in a season round. With great congratulations to Molly, Melinda, Jennifer, Sierra, Shannon, and Jade for breaking over 5 school, district, and state records for girls golf. This has been Ariel Gary reporting for WGLH TV.
In other sports, the girls soccer team is 13th in the district tournament, and their first game is against Olentangy Liberty. The boys soccer team is 4th in the district and 7th in the state and are also undefeated. And that's a wrap for sports this week at Gahanna.
Thanks, Sarah. Not only is it time to wrap up our sports, but also our show. Tune in next week when Leanne Castile and Blake Swanson bring back a special report from an honors flight program. Until then, this has been Leah Crosby,
Chris Downing,
and Sarah Davis saying, "Who has a why to live can bear with almost any how."
Have a great week.